Today, York Shambles is one of the most famous streets in the whole of Britain. People come from all over the world to visit the city of York, and the famous shambles are always on the top of the tourist places to see lists. Look at how busy the street is, and it's full of cafes, restaurants and shops. But do you think it has always looked like it does nowadays? This narrow cobble street actually has quite a gory past. This street was once called the Great Flesh Shambles. Any guesses how it might have got this title? If you were to walk down this street during Tudor times, the late 1400s to the early 1600s, all of these shops would have been butchers' shops, selling meat. Look, here are the original meat hooks, where they would hang their produce outside, and the outdoor meat shelves where they could display it. Where do you keep your meat at home? In the kitchen, hopefully in a fridge or freezer to keep it cool and fresh. The Tudors didn't have fridges and freezers. They weren't invented until hundreds of years later. To keep their meat fresh, they would have to keep it alive until just before the sale. So you would have lots of wild animals roaming around the street outside, along with the butchers and the customers. Quite a busy place, I hear you say. You stumble upon the shambles. It's 1514. What can you see? The streets are cobbled with puddles of blood red. The houses overhang onto the streets. You're surrounded by sellers, buyers and cattle. What can you hear? Is it like a trip to the supermarket? A low murmur of customers, tannoy coil-outs, faint and distant easy listening music. Or is there a roar of people, animals calling, sellers yelling their deals and wares? And what is that smell? Raw and rotting meat, people emptying their chamber pots into the streets. This little street has lots and lots of history. So if you ever take a trip to York, be sure to visit the shambles. Close your eyes and imagine what would it have been like all those years ago.